Hello there, and welcome to your Twin Flame Blueprint reading. This is for those of you that have a twin flame who is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and this will be a general overall view because those of you who have aligned to an air sign as twin flame, you are meant to receive a lot of mental growth this life journey through this twin flame. Now, if you are also an air sign, you are to teach your twin flame a lot of mental growth through this lifetime. So this video is intended for those of you whose twin flame is an air sign. And I have the two Merkabahs representing you, and you could be any sign, okay? Water, fire, earth, or even air. This reading is to look at the blueprints and the soul lessons of those of you who have twin flames coming through the air energies this life journey. And these two Merkabahs are to represent the light bodies of both of you for this reading. So we will set those there. And to start off, I'm going to look at past life energies. And that's going to kind of give us an idea of this mental growth that you are meant to receive from your twin flame this lifetime. So just depending, some of you might go through a lot of mind games with your twin flame this life journey. All right, so we have trees coming through, biblical, and spouse. Okay, so what this tells me is you and this twin flame have had many incarnations in the earth plane, and you guys go way back to the time of Jesus walking the earth and the trees coming through. That's letting me know that you've had many lives that were much more spiritually based rather than physically based. So you and your twin flame have spent many lifetimes most likely as Christian or Catholic, you know, some denomination of the Christian religion, just with biblical coming out. And that's been a big focus and connection for you in this twin flame many lifetimes. And in this life journey, you guys might actually meet through your church or your mutual religious beliefs, okay? Or it could even be for some of you where one of you is very religious and the other is not, and that might create quite a bit of friction within the connection. But remember, all friction experience between you and this twin flame is for growth of the mental body, which is, you know, there's an aspect, your mind, but there's also, you know, an aspect of the mental body, the consciousness at the soul. A lot of growth taking place there this life journey, rather than like a spiritual or religious focus and based lifetime. You guys are more free thinking this life journey, or one of you is very free thinking while the other is still maybe living their life more according to a certain doctrine. All right, but very spiritually or religious focused lifetimes with this twin flame. And let's pull some cards to look at how this energy comes into this life journey and the soul lessons that you and your twin flame are working on with each other. And all these soul lessons coming through are only to facilitate that mental body, the great expansion and consciousness. In fact, this life journey is profound in the consciousness expansion that you both signed up for, because there was a lot of oppression in these past lifetimes. All right, so we have the 5 of activations. You guys are going to go through a lot of different experiences that you find very triggering. Next out is the manifestor. So some of you, you know, with this manifester coming out are meant to come into your personal power mentally and learn how to control energies and become a master manifester this life journey, the master of energy. And it comes through that growth of the mental body, through all the different lessons and experiences that you have with this twin flame. And spouse, it's like every life journey you share with this twin flame is always a romantic experience, okay? And that's not always the case. Sometimes twin flames come through as, you know, really good friends, or just depending on the point in history, you know, coming through as monks or nuns. So again, there's only that friendship type of energy, a very close bond. You guys could maybe even come through as family members, again, where it's a very close supportive bond throughout your whole life journey. But for you guys, it's like romantic partnership every lifetime on the earth plane. That's what you guys have shared. And this lifetime is no different, but I do feel this lifetime is more activating, and there's a bit more chaos because there is meant to be so much mental expansion. And now we have the Six of Intuition, Three of Manifestations, and the Four of Lessons. All right, so we go through these cards right here, a lot of triggering and activating coming from your twin flame, your air sign twin flame, this life journey, which means they're going to make you mad. They're going to make you crazy. They are going to do things that really cause your mind to stretch, push you into different thinking, different perceptions. You know, some of you could be a person who is very trusting and open. You know, just with everybody you meet, you trust somebody unless they give you a reason not to trust them. And this twin flame may be the person that really kind of shatters that and causes you to become far more discerning and protective of your energy because of the different lessons that this twin flame will put you through. You guys did sign up for a lot of shifting and shake up this lifetime because you want to become a master of energy at the soul level. Like, you want to achieve that. You want to receive that badge. Okay, you do. And with Six of Intuition, another lesson that comes through is where, how do I express this? It's almost as though there's like this fairy tale aspect, like this dreamy aspect you have about this twin flame and the journey that you guys are supposed to share with each other. And, you know, because of all these ups and downs that happen, it really shatters that like romantic, fluffy perception of what love is, and leads you into the place of what unconditional soul bond love truly is and truly means, coming through with the Six of Intuition. So you may have one perspective of what love is supposed to be, but when you come into, you know, alignment with this twin flame and throughout your journey, that's going to shatter, and you are going to come into the perception of true soul bond, what that means. And this, you will never love another the way you love this twin flame in this life journey. And with the Three of Manifestations, this goes back to the manifester. This relationship is also going to cause you to become very empowered and stand on your own 2 feet and become strong on your own. So, you know, there may be a point in your life where you don't like being alone, or you don't feel okay alone. And, you know, because of just the way things play out with this twin flame, there is this point on your journey where you are walking alone. There is no romantic partner in your life, and you become so resourceful, so empowered, so independent, and so strong during that part of the journey. And it's all facilitated by what plays out with this twin flame. And then finally, with the Four of Lessons coming through, you are also accessing like the third eye. And you and this twin flame, you will meet in the astral plane when you, if you go through any sort of physical separation in this life journey, you guys will always meet during dream time, and your souls, your consciousness will try to work out the things that your physical avatars are having a hard time understanding, agreeing with. So you guys are always meeting in the astral plane, whether you are together or you're in separation, because your souls communicate much more than the physical avatars do. Even if you guys talk every single day, there's so much more going on at the soul level. And so a lot of ups and downs come through this twin flame connection at the soul level. But again, it's to really activate that mental body and open your mind into other dimensions and shifting perceptions. And you truly want to become the master of energy this life journey, and also come into knowing and understanding unconditional love, what a true soul bond feels like. And it's not what you perceive, but through this journey you come into that knowing, and it's the most beautiful thing that you have ever known in your life. But this relationship does go through quite a bit, so let's pull a couple of cards and kind of move into the physical journey of this twin flame connection and how it relates to these different soul lessons. Okay, so we have Gaian awakening, preparing, relocation, ascension. This right here, the ascension, that is that huge expansion to the mental body, to your consciousness that you signed up for with your twin flame. And so this twin flame will put you through quite a bit to make that happen. And now we have oneness, balance, patience, divine masculine. So the divine masculine, for many of you, I feel is the air energy in this connection. And, you know, both of you, again, could be air signs, but the masculine coming through very strong. And, you know, you are going to learn patience through this connection in a way that you have never known, but you guys will eventually come into a beautiful place of balance and harmony and oneness with each other. So let's pull some cards and see how this plays out in the life, in physical reality. We're also going to look at your soul promises that you made to each other for this lifetime. Okay, so total alignment. Passionate intimacy, admiration, our photographs, insecurity and jealousy. Okay, so the story here is definitely one of twists and turns, but right from the moment you guys meet and recognize each other and come into an emotional connection, there is this beautiful energy that you both feel within each other, and there's something special and something very sacred about your connection. And this right here, this energy, is what always pulls you back together or prevents you from ever separating. You know, it will be different for all of you, but it's this bond at the soul, the total alignment at the soul. And you both recognize that resonance and gravity towards each other when you come into union. And this is, again, what will always pull you back together, or what prevents you from ever being able to separate. And passionate intimacy, there's going to be no better lover that you've ever had, no better lover that they have ever had, because your connection when you come together in a physical way is much more than a physical experience. It goes all the way down to the soul for you, and same for your twin flame. So there's no better than you than them. and admiration coming through. You both, at different points along the journey, are just going to gaze upon each other in such a proud, honoring way. And you know, when your twin flame is looking at you in this light, I feel it's after you have, you know, had a bit of expansion, and that like romanticized idea of what this journey should be kind of falls away, and you come into the real recognition of the soul bond. It really changes you. And you may have felt before that you had to control things, or things had to go a certain way, or holding on very tightly because you're afraid of, you know, you're losing your twin flame. There comes a point where your energy really softens, and you come into this harmony and this acceptance of this twin flame journey, and it's like you're activated at the soul, and that's when that consciousness really expands and you become somebody else, and your energy shifts, and there's it's very flow, and it's very attractive and alluring, and your twin flame falls ever more in love with you at this point, or this would be where twin flame and you begin to reunite. But remember, it goes both ways. Twin flame also has work to do, and you know, watch your sign, whether you are water, fire, or earth, and see what you are teaching your twin flame, because in this reading, this is what the air twin flame is teaching you. And if you're an air sign, then what you are learning from twin flame is also what you are teaching your twin flame, okay? And I do feel for a lot of you there will be a period of separation, because we do have our photographs coming through. So during separation, I feel that you both kind of keep an eye on each other, and you reminisce, and you both look at each other's photographs. And again, part of this separation is to really help you become personally empowered and very independent on your own, because you guys will struggle with some insecurity and jealousy. In fact, this is going to be one of the biggest obstacles that you guys face with each other, is insecurity and jealousy. And again, it could go both ways, but because, you know, this is air sign energy, again, there may be some manipulation, there may be some gaslighting that you experience from this twin flame, but it's only to trigger and activate that mental body and facilitate a lot of growth, and eventually you see beyond any of that. All right, so let's pull some more cards to look at this, you know, current the way this is all playing out in your life journey. And we will look at where you're currently at and where you're headed as well. Okay, contracts fulfilled. Long-term separation. So definitely some separation for some of you, and it is a long-term separation. And we have Six of Heart energy, and there's some back and forth for some of you where there's temporary reconnections. And then we have Ten of Karmic energy, and we have a Three of Twin Flames. So this is all about patience and timing. That is a very key factor to this connection, this relationship. So what I see here is one or both of you have karmic relationships that have got to be fulfilled this life journey, and they come through when you guys are in separation. However, with the 10 of karmic energy, this lets you know that the relationship that your twin flame gets in during separation is all for show. That's what this card is about. It only goes skin deep, really. It's about status, material, or physical attraction. It's only skin deep, and therefore it's built like a house of cards, and it will eventually shatter and fall down. But for twin flame, your twin flame, that's part of their process of becoming very strong, wise, and independent on their own. And you too may also encounter a karmic relationship, you know, during the separation, and you only align to that relationship again for surface reasons, because your heart, your soul belongs to this twin flame from the moment you guys come into union. And through any separation, you trying to be with another person, it can only go skin deep, because your heart just will not open and love, no matter how awesome this person may be. It's like your soul just knows where it belongs. Okay. And with contracts fulfilled, you guys come into total alignment after your karmic contracts are fulfilled, and you both have fulfilled your contract to each other, with the growth, like facilitating the growth within each other that you both signed up for. Okay, that's when we come back into full alignment. And I just feel during your separation, you achieve a lot, which is very impressive to your twin flame. Just, you know, what you've achieved, how far you've come. They never stop checking in on you. You never stop checking in on them. And this relationship will just take a lot of patience and time. But again, it's because you both signed up, well, you for sure, for a lot of mental growth. So let's look at your soul promises to this twin flame that you made before you incarnated into this life journey. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords, the Empress, and the High Priestess. So what did you promise your twin flame? You promised your twin flame that you will always be a safe harbor for them with this Four of Swords, that your love, your respect, your honor of them will always be a place of safety and rest and renewal. And with the Empress, that message is further iterated, but also with this is, I will be your wife. I will be your husband. You know, there will be nobody that ever comes above you after I meet you, and I will work hard. I will become very strong and independent. I will receive all lessons that we have signed up for. This is you really coming into a place of power, of luxury, of abundance. So there was a promise made to your twin flame that you would get to this space on your own. And the reason why you promised that is because, you know, there's something to be gained for you. It's like you, I really see this throughout this, like you becoming very wealthy on your own accord. And why that's coming through as a soul promise is very interesting to me, honestly. But I feel this is a big deal. This is a very big deal to you at the soul level. Also, you know, those of you who are feminine, this can have to do with, like, you know, I will be your wife, I will bear your children, and I will be good and honoring in every aspect of that. And, you know, for others of you, this is, I will be independent. I will make my way. So when we come into, you know, our full union, we are a power couple. We are equally yoked. We both can hold it down. We are both very independent people. So I feel you and your twin flame, when it's like union, full union, you are both in a very solid place financially and have good footing. And your last promise here, the High Priestess, is I will always be connected to you at the soul. You will always feel me in that space. We will always have telepathic communication. I will meet you in the astral every single night, especially during any sort of separation. Like, you guys never really leave each other, even if you're physically apart. And you promised your twin flame before you came, and I love this, 2, 3, 4, that you would always be a place of safety, of renewal. And there's nobody else in this world that your twin flame will feel this sort of ease, flow, harmony, safety, abundance, connection physically as well as spiritually. And you promise no matter what happens, I will hold these vibes and you will always feel this whether you are near or we are in separation. So let's see what your twin flame promised you at the soul before you guys incarnated. All right, we have the Hanged Man, 10 of Cups, and the Fool. Nice. Okay, so right here, the Hanged Man, your twin flame promised you, I will do all these different things to really activate that mental body, to really break you out of various belief systems and different patterns of behavior. And, you know, the way they do this is going to be different for all of you, okay? Some of you, this could just be the way your twin flame shares their experience, their knowledge is very expanding for you and just takes you into whole new worlds. Others of you, this comes through more challenging type of lessons, you know, with manipulation and gaslighting, game playing, and it just really breaks you out of a certain mold and makes you become quite wise and very astute and connected in to everybody's energy and behavior. And you read people much better after going through these lessons with your twin flame. Your twin flame promised that they would bring this mental expansion for you. Also promised you, and this comes out right under the Empress, look at that, promised you the same thing you promised them. I will become strong, I will become independent and successful, and when we come together in full union, we will be equal and we will have a lot to offer each other. And then that marriage thing and having a family together, like you promised each other that, okay? And some of you, this could be a promise of, you know, you may need to birth children with other people, they may need to birth children with other people, and the children that are created outside of this union, there is a promise of love, unconditional love, regardless of, you know, the biology, because I do feel some of you will already have children when you come into union with your twin flame, all right? But there is a promise of this unconditional love for children, and yeah, you both are meant to be quite powerful this lifetime, a power couple coming together with a lot of luxury, abundance, happiness, connectedness, togetherness, harmony, family. And then this Fool. And I promise you, after, you know, these karmic contracts are fulfilled, I will give you a beautiful brand new beginning, unlike anything we ever had before. So any sort of separation, here's the promise that I will return, or the universe will align us together again for a new beginning with the Fool. So that's quite beautiful right there for the promises that you guys have made to each other at the soul. So let's kind of look at where you guys are right now and, you know, what's up ahead. Okay, so sacred moments. Either you are currently in separation and you are really feeling their energy and reminiscing about the special sacred times, or if you are currently in union, this is like creating a lot of really special sacred moments at this time. Like that's where you're at on this journey. And now we have emotional baggage. So, you know, those of you in separation, Their heart is as broke as yours, but what separates you is there for purpose, and you will come back together when that has been resolved, because though you promised, you know, you will be my one, my spouse, there's a lot of personal things you are each working on, and just depending on your journey, you know, there may be things that separate you at this time, but they will never get over you. You will never get over them. Those of you who are in union right now, this looks like we've moved beyond this separation, and now we're healing with each other and creating some very special moments with each other. And look at that. I am not surprised to see that. Dream rendezvous. Yes, you guys meet in the astral plane with each other. And now our memories, so we have sacred moments, and our memories, those of you in separation, they think of you and feel you as much as you think of them and feel them. I mean, it's just all right there. And now we have a twin flame love. So you guys are going to find your way back to each other, with this being the final card, because this is where we're at and this is what we're moving into. And the connection that you guys have, the love that you share, it's very sacred, it's unique, and no matter who they meet, no matter who you meet, again, it can only go skin deep, because upon your connection, your union, you still their heart, they still your heart. But just depending on what you go through, certain things do separate. And you know, during that separation, there are things that you are meant to work on and come into mastery, and part of that is that mental expansion, just because of the different things that happened while you were in union. And you know, I do see right here, our memories, like, you guys will always be pulled back together. There's no separating, you know, and where you're leading, where you're headed, is this twin flame love, and that's equal, where you both see it, you both feel it. We've overcome this insecurity and this jealousy, and there has been that major expansion in the mental body that your twin flame promised they would bring to you this life journey. And that plays out in so many different ways. But I do see any sort of relationship you're in, they're in, that's just like more of a karmic energy. And once those contracts are fulfilled, then you guys definitely come back into union. And for those of you who are currently in union, you are overcoming a lot of stuff from the past, and you're coming into that beautiful power couple, abundant energy that you're meant to experience, you know, through your twin flame union this lifetime. So let's pull you a card of advice. Exploration, and this says boldness, unknown, limitless. And that just goes back to that mental body and you becoming the master of energy, becoming very strong and independent on your own this life journey, and having such an expansion in consciousness. And it's all in part of the different things that play out with this twin flame. This twin flame promised you, I will bring you this mental expansion, okay? And if you are an air sign, you too promised your twin flame that sort of expansion for this life journey. And if you're a water sign, you're teaching this twin flame emotional expansion. If you are a fire sign, you and this twin flame, you're teaching a lot of spiritual awakening and expansion. And if you're an earth sign, you're teaching this twin flame a lot about manifestation and you know, more physically based experiences and lessons. All right, so those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.